YouTube is changing and your audience is tired of all these flashy, overstimulating video edits and they want something new. And guess what? There is a new video editing style that's slowly taking over YouTube, and it's the complete opposite of everything you know. Now, my name's Oscar Owen and I've got another YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, and I've been experimenting with this new editing style and I've been seeing some really good results with it. So many of my videos are now getting millions of views on my other channel, and it's helped me build a really strong community and help my channel make a lot more money so that I've been able to do this whole YouTube thing full time, which is pretty cool. So in this video, I'll show you what this new editing style is and how you can quickly implement it into your videos before everyone else starts doing it. But first, let me tell you about the unexpected moment I realized everything I thought I knew about video editing was wrong. So, retention video editing is basically what all the superstars of YouTube do, like Mr. Beast obviously, and it's what they use to keep you glued to their videos so you keep watching them the whole way through. I mean, Mr. Beast on average has a scene cut or graphic every 2.3 seconds on his channel. And it comes as no surprise, the algorithm absolutely loves this. So it promotes these videos to more people, meaning the retention edited videos tend to get a lot more views. And I am guilty of doing retention video editing. I used to do it all the time on my other channel and it worked very well. Like this video I made here was edited for retention. It's got over 13 million views and it's brought in over 100,000 subscribers from just one video, which is a silver play button from one video, which is pretty nuts to think about. And the video's made over $25,000 and it just keeps on making money to this day. So you're probably wondering, all right, Oscar, what is the problem with this kind of editing? And this is kind of where things get a bit interesting, because what I've noticed from doing retention editing is, firstly, you produce videos that offer less value to your audience. And let's use the video I just gave you as an example. Because I edited this video for retention, I never showed my face, and the channel and video teaches magic tricks, as you can see, and I rushed over the magic tricks that I was teaching, which means I didn't teach them as well as I could have done. Also, I could keep my viewers stimulated, keep rattling through those tricks, and this just boosts my watch time to help the video get more views. And this meant, even though the video did very well in terms of numbers, the quality of what I actually delivered to the viewer wasn't as good as it could have been, which isn't really the path that I wanted my channel to go down. I don't want to be sacrificing quality for retention. Secondly, I've now been doing YouTube for about like 7-8 years, and I've got to the point where I've realized that YouTube isn't just about views and subscribers. Sure, it's nice, but the more powerful thing with YouTube is about building relationships and really sharing your voice and just creating a community. And that's really hard to do when you only edit for retention, as I used to do. And the example I like to give people is, like, imagine you're going on a date and you really want to get to know someone, so you invite them into a coffee shop. Doing this allows you to sit down, have a good conversation with them, and just get to know them. Fantastic. But imagine you went on the same date, but instead of inviting them to a coffee shop, you invited them to a club. And now you've got a massive sensory overload with music, flashing lights, and people everywhere. It's much harder to build a genuine connection with that person with all of these distractions. And that's basically the potential pitfall of retention editing. All the distractions unintentionally create a barrier between you and your audience. And then thirdly, you often make a lot less money with retention editing. So I know I just showed you a video that did earn a lot of money, but that video does have 13 million views, and that obviously isn't very common. Real wealth on YouTube isn't really built through adverts and ad revenue, it's built through selling products to your audience. And I assume most of you watching this video want to start a channel with the hopes of making it a part-time or full-time occupation. And so the problem with over-edited videos is you tend to attract a younger audience who's got a shorter attention span and therefore less buying power. So if you're trying to sell something to your audience, they're less likely to buy it, essentially. But also, you kind of lack that connection with your viewers, as we just mentioned. And because of that, people are less likely to want to buy something from you because people buy from those that they trust. And again, as soon as I started implementing this new editing style that I'm about to show you into my videos, even though the average view per video went down, the number of course sales that I had more than doubled because of that connection I was able to make with my audience. And now my course makes a lot more money, and it's really allowed me to do this whole YouTube thing full time, which is awesome. So then, what is this new style of editing? Well, I like to call it authentic editing, and it's where you deliver value first, build a connection second, and then keep your viewers watching third. You'll notice that I'm not saying get rid of retention editing altogether, because you still want your viewers to keep watching your videos, just not at the cost of authenticity and value. So let me show you a few examples of YouTubers who use this style. The first is Olia Online. I might be pronouncing his name slightly wrong. and have a watch of his video here.
Imagine being in your 30s, looking back with zero regrets, having a bulging bank account, and having memories that are priceless. What if I told you that there is a clear method to set you ahead of the pack?
So as you can see, he's just got his laptop for some notes and he's got minimal editing in his video. And he just kind of like speaks his mind whilst providing value to the audience. And I just really love his vibe because you feel like you kind of get to know him when watching the videos. However, notice he's still got good production quality, good lighting, and he's still very much to the point when he's delivering his content. And most importantly, he's prioritizing connection and value over retention. The second YouTuber is this guy here called Heinz, and let's have a watch of one of his videos.
You know when they say, hey, like, what will you die for? What will you live for? Where were you? You just missed such a beautiful stream right here at the #1 chill spot on the internet.
And just notice how raw and authentic he is when he's talking to the camera. It's very slow paced, and again, he's just delivering value and trying to connect with his audience. However, notice he still does think about retention. It's not like he's just got rid of all retention editing. He still has some subtitles, he's got some different scene cuts, but it's very clean and genuine, allowing that connection to be made. And third is my magic channel. So this is the big change that I made. You can see here that I actually just started showing my face and introducing myself and chatting to the camera, just as if it was my friend. And this video here that I'm showing you has got over 4 million views. And you can see that I do have stuff like text and graphics on screen, but it's a bit more minimal and it's not like really in your face. Now, the one thing I don't want you to do, which I have seen some other YouTubers talking about this topic recommend, is just kind of like set up a camera and start talking with no plan for your video, all in the name that it's going to be way more authentic. The problem is when you just set up a camera and don't think about what you're going to say or the lighting or anything like that, your authenticity can just get misconstrued for a lack of effort and people end up just clicking off. And at the end of the day, you still have to play the YouTube game. So sure, there are some channels that are very successful at just setting up a camera and talking. Good examples of this are people like Sam Sulik or Emma Chamberlain, but they normally do have other factors at play, such as being amazing storytellers or having really great physiques, or just kind of having the personality for YouTube. So the way I like to view this is on a spectrum. If at one end is Mr. Beast with his super high retention video edits, and at the other end is someone like Sam Sulik who just sets up a camera and talks, I think the sweet spot for authentic video editing is about here, as this is where you're still editing for retention, but not at the cost of authenticity and value. Like if you check out some of the other videos on this channel, they are still relatively high in retention, but in my opinion, I haven't sacrificed the authenticity or value to the viewer, so I'm actually okay with posting them. So then, how should you implement this new video editing style? Well, step one is you still want to plan your videos in advance and have as good as possible production value, because I still think that's really important. So still put effort into having things like nice lighting and have a rough idea of what you want to say as well. Step two is when talking to the camera, forget perfectionism and just start talking to the camera as if it's like your friend, basically. So just imagine you're at a coffee shop and you're just having a chat with the camera, and watch any Ali Abdaal video. He does this super well and it's just like he's speaking to a mate. And then step three is when editing, ditch the I've got to stimulate the viewer every 2 seconds mentality, and instead let the editing amplify your genuine personality. Even if that means leaving in some ums or ers, or if you go on a tangent, then just keep the tangent in, it's completely fine. And step four is realizing that retention still does matter. So still do add in things like text, graphics, and cuts and all that fun stuff, but not at the cost of sacrificing value and authenticity. I hope that helps.